What's going on, everybody? JTISREBORN here. Welcome into Halloween week. I'm so excited because at the time I'm uploading this, Thursday night of this week, Halloween 2018 is coming out, and I can't freaking wait. Jamie Lee Curtis is back. It's getting a good response from the people who've seen it, from what I've heard, and I can't wait. It looks like we're finally going to get that amazing Halloween sequel I've been craving for years. But I have some unfinished business to take care of with the Halloween franchise. There's still 3 films that I have yet to review. So we're going to start the week out. We're going to let the Dangertainment begin and take a look at what was once the final film in the original Halloween franchise before they went off to do the Rob Zombie remake series. So let's take a look at the one, the only Halloween Resurrection. Oh, God. Halloween Resurrection. What a complete dumpster fire of a movie. H2O was the right way to end this series. Michael Myers was clearly killed off, no questions asked, however they just couldn't let it go. They had to come back for more, and it turned out to be a big mistake. Now, you may be wondering to yourself, how in the hell is Michael Myers back this time? We clearly saw in the last movie that Laurie Strode took an axe and just fucking cut his head clean off, dead, that's it, no more. However, this movie gives an explanation that, believe it or not, tells us that Laurie Strode had in fact killed the wrong fucking guy. Are you serious? The wrong fucking guy? Oh my god. You see, what originally happened was Jamie Lee Curtis and the writers wanted to end the series on a high note. It was the 20th anniversary. It was time to end the series. There were so many disappointing sequels. You know, Halloween 5 and 6 were just absolutely atrocious. And it was time to let the series rest for a while. But no, Mustafa Akkad himself had a clause that legally would prevent them from killing Michael Myers off. So he enacted that clause and is like, no, you're not killing Michael Myers off. It almost got so ugly to the point where Jamie Lee Curtis wanted to walk away from the film. But then, you know, writer Kevin Williamson came up with the idea, it's like, we'll do the paramedic thing. But Jamie Lee Curtis was just like, okay, we'll do that shit, but we have to have it to where there's no hint towards a sequel at the end of this film. It has to feel definitive. And it gave us a definitive ending. And it's a pretty badass ending, too. Yeah, this movie gives us that horseshit explanation that Michael had switched places with the paramedic, who then got his larynx crushed by Michael Myers, which rendered him speechless, so he couldn't talk. Okay, I get that he'd be unable to speak because his larynx was crushed, but if that really wasn't Michael at the end of H2O, then why attack Laurie? Not to mention, why keep the mask on when you can clearly take it off? It's not like it's glued to his face. It's not like Michael had some super glue and he stuck to his face. You know, if I woke up in the back of an ambulance or whatever it was, and had my body in like a morgue thing, and I woke up and I'm trying to get up, I'd take the mask off right away. I mean, it's not like he couldn't do it. Like, the guy's literally reaching for Laurie, and he's just like, and he's acting like he is Michael Myers. Michael Myers doesn't have some mind control powers. He doesn't. Why is this guy acting like Michael Myers when it wasn't him? So, because of all that bullshit, we see that Laurie had a mental breakdown afterwards and became committed to a sanitarium. Shortly afterwards, Michael shows up, although she was patiently waiting for him this time, and soon he begins chasing her again. Then, in one of the worst scenes in movie history, Laurie Strode dies after falling for Michael's tricks. Fuck this scene. No, seriously, fuck this scene. Laurie Strode dying within the first 15 minutes of this complete dumpster fire of a movie is absolutely disgraceful. This is a character we followed for over 20 years. She suffered through so much trauma. Michael has killed all her friends, nearly killed her son, just been a living hellhole for this person's life. And she dies within the first 15 minutes, acting like a complete fucking idiot. I really hate this scene so much because it completely undermines Laurie's intelligence. Why would she fall for Michael's tricks when it's clear he was trying to kill her with no questions asked? Not to mention, her death has no meaning behind it, and it leaves no impact on the rest of the film. It's almost like it belongs in a completely different movie. It also sucks knowing that despite all the hell that Laurie went through her entire life, and in the end, it didn't even matter. She was destined to die at the hands of Michael Myers. Laurie earned the respect of the audience and deserved to finally be able to kill Michael after all the terrible things he's done to people over the years. There is absolutely no justice in Laurie's death whatsoever. It's not like she was sacrificing her life to save anyone. She dies within the first 15 minutes. The most critical character in the Halloween franchise, outside of Michael Myers, dies within the first 15 minutes of this fucking movie. Why? Why? I mean, Michael wins. What was the point of us following her through all those different movies if she was just going to die pathetically in one of the worst films in the Halloween franchise? It just sucks, man. It just sucks. After a while, this shit gets old. I mean, I love Michael Myers, but there comes a point where he should pay for his actions. Well, now that Laurie is gone, along with the rest of the dignity of this franchise, the main chunk of the movie begins. The setting for this one is at the Myers house, where a group of throwaway characters win a competition to appear on an internet reality show known as Dangertainment. On the show, they must stay inside the house of Michael Myers overnight, where they all are equipped with all these different video cameras to try and answer the question as to why Michael Myers is the way he is. They of course find no answers. In fact, they find out that most of this was staged by the head of Dangertainment, Freddie Harris, played by Busta Rhymes. Now, I may hate pretty much everything about this movie, but there's one thing I do love. Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes is absolutely amazing in this movie. He is so fucking great. He's comedy gold. This movie is already terrible, but he at least brings me some entertainment value. I think the funniest scene in the movie is when we see Busta Rhymes dressed as Michael Myers talking to the real Michael Myers and begins swearing at him.
I said, what you looking at me like that for? Huh? You don't get it? You don't get it? Your shit ain't working up there or something?
Wasn't that just amazing? Oh, don't worry, it gets better. Watch. After Michael manages to kill off a bunch of the characters, he comes face to face with Busta Rhymes again, where we get this masterpiece of a scene.
So you want to be on Dangertainment? Let's see what you got.
Okay. I'm sorry. I know this makes a mockery of the franchise. Well, not as much as some of the sequels already have, but you get my point. But it's too fucking funny. I mean, Busta Rhymes is kung fu fighting Michael Myers. Busta Rhymes is kung fu fighting Michael Myers. It's hilarious. If the whole movie was just Busta Rhymes kung fu fighting Michael Myers, I'd probably say this movie is amazing. But it's not amazing. But this shit is. I mean, I can't get enough of it. I want the whole movie to be Busta Rhymes roundhouse kicking Michael Myers, going, wah! I mean, oh, good God, it's great. It's fucking great. Anyway, so the only two survivors left in this dumpster fire of a movie end up being Busta Rhymes and this girl named Sarah. At one point, Busta Rhymes gets injured and Michael turns his attention to Sarah. He corners her into the garage as the fire starts up. It appears that Sarah is about to be killed when suddenly...
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
Amazing. Just amazing. The amount of stupidity in this scene just brings me so much joy. I love it. I kind of do love this bit. I mean, as much as I hate the movie, Busta Rhymes kung fu fighting Michael Myers is... God, it's entertaining. It's a joy. It's a joy. It's just good. So, in the end, Michael is seemingly defeated, Busta Rhymes and Sarah leave to go live out their lives, and the movie ends on another terrible cliffhanger ending, where Michael opens his eyes, ready to continue his reign of terror, in a sequel that will never happen, because after this, they went ahead and did the remake. So that was Halloween Resurrection, a movie that, in all honesty, should have never been made. If they would have just made H2O and then went straight into the remake, I think we would have been better off. Aside from Busta Rhymes as Freddie Harris, I don't really see much appeal in the film. Sure, some of the kills are good and Michael is menacing as all hell, plus I do get a good laugh at how dated this movie is now. I mean, they reference Yahoo chat rooms and the fact that they want to be bigger than the Osbournes. You remember that TV show, The Osbournes, about Ozzy Osbourne and his family? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of funny to me, just seeing how completely dated this movie is. Other than that, though, everything else is either bad or forgettable. The characters outside of Busta Rhymes are completely disposable, Lauries Death was terrible and does nothing but hurts the movie, the cliffhanger ending sucks, and lastly, the biggest crime this movie made is that it exists. H2O ended the series on the right note. In fact, the final shot of Laurie holding the axe is badass and so very satisfying. She finally beat him, and the series was given a proper ending, but they got greedy and couldn't let it go. Which now, in hindsight, it has been rendered kind of pointless, seeing how after this movie they ended up remaking the original movie with Rob Zombie anyways, and now we have this new Halloween film that ignores all the sequels. So, they really could have just ended it with Halloween H2O and saved us all the trouble. We had a perfect out for the franchise, but they didn't take it. Oh well, at the end of the day, the movie exists, I've gotten over it, and most people should too. I dislike this movie, but I still don't think it's the absolute worst film in the Halloween franchise. I'd say that's either Halloween 5 or 6. only watch this movie if you're a Halloween completionist. If not, I'd say skip it. It's not really worth your time, except for the Busta Rhymes stuff, in which case, watch it on YouTube. You'll get a good laugh out of it, especially the scene where he's talking to Michael Myers as Michael Myers, and when he kung fu fights him. It's so stupid, but by God is it funny as hell. So, yeah. With all that said, thank you all for watching this video. Be sure to come back tomorrow as we take a look at Rob Zombie's Halloween, which means we are done with Halloween Resurrection, so bye-bye, bitch. And, hit the bell for notifications, subscribe for more Dangertainment content, like this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Rob Zombie's Halloween, it's coming up. I got a lot to say. It's going to be fun. So, thank you so much for watching. Take care now. Bye-bye then. Happy Halloween, and I'll see you next time. Peace.